Hi everybody, today's video is about the law of sines, law of cosines, and Heron's formula. So goal number 1 is to determine whether to solve a triangle using law of cosines or law of sines. So I've provided you the formulas and we can go over again which type of triangle you would use which. So law of sines would be angle, angle, side, or angle, side, angle. And law of cosines would be side, angle, side, or side, side, side. Now, I personally don't like to memorize things. I like to think logically based on what I'm given in the problem and then decide whether I'm supposed to use law of sines or law of cosines. So I'll show you how I do it, and that way it's one less thing to memorize. You just have to think about it using what you know. So here's example 1. So I've got a triangle, and I'm going to draw it, and it looks like my obtuse angle is 80 degrees, so that'll be B. And let's go AC, where C is 30 degrees, and then B is 34, so opposite B. So then I've got A and C left to find in my triangle. So here's how I like to think about it. Now you can determine what type of triangle it is. Maybe this will help us. I've got angle, angle, side. I'm going to just go in order. So if you think about solving an equation, you are only allowed one variable if you have one equation. So like law of sines, this is one equation, and I can only have one variable. That means I need two sides and an angle, or two angles and a side, which is exactly what angle, angle, side is. Two angles and a side, or one side and two angles, right? We have to be able to solve for one variable. So I'll try law of sines because I think that's going to work. In my head, that's what I'm thinking. Okay, so I've got B, so I'm going to use B over sine B, which is 80. And then they gave me angle C, so I'm going to use C divided by sine C, which is sine of 30, which gives me one variable. So yes, I can solve this. I'm going to multiply both sides by sine of 30. So I've got 34 times the sine of 30. If we cross multiply, and I've got C times the sine of 80. Divide both sides by sine of 80, I can get C, and I'm just going to do that on my calculator. Make sure I'm in the right mode. Degrees, good, 34 sine 30 divided by sine 80. So 17.26. Okay, I want you to finish this problem. I want you to find A, side A, and angle A. And you'll have that for class tomorrow. But it's important that you just know that this one you have to use law of sines, because we were allowed to do that. Okay, example 2. Now we need to determine what is best to use for this. Well, okay, let's draw my triangle. A is acute, so I'll put it right here. 48 degrees will be A. And then I'm going to label my triangle so that since C is bigger, I'm going to make that my bigger side, 36. And B, opposite B, would be 28. So here, I'll show you an example. So if I try to use law of sines, I can try to do it. I don't have A, so I could go A over sine A, which is 48. And then maybe B, which is 28 over sine B, but I don't have angle B. So in this particular equation, I have two variables. And it'll also happen if I try to do C, which is 36 over sine C, right? If I chose these two to solve, I still have two variables. So law of sines doesn't work. So I'm going to use law of cosines. And they're giving me angle A, so the formula I'm going to use is A squared, because I know that I'm going to need to do cosine of my angle. So B squared plus C squared minus 2BC cosine of A. So So I'm just going to fill things in. So a squared equals 28 squared plus 36 squared minus 2 times 28 times 36 times the cosine of 48. All right, I want you to finish solving this problem too. So finish number 1 and number 2. It's good practice. I don't want to waste your time since you already know how to do this. Just wanted to help you, show you how to figure out whether to use law of sines or law of cosines. But we can also say that this is a side angle side, which would also tell us that it's law of cosines. But again, the only reason I showed you that is I don't like to memorize things. I just like to think about it with my brain and figure out the best course of action. So goal number 2 is to find the area of a triangle using Heron's formula. So the formula here, the area is the square root of s times s minus a times s minus b times s minus c, where s is 1/2 a plus b plus c. So we do have to find s first, and then we can find the area. So let's try this example. Find the area of a triangle with sides 22, 40, and 50. So first I need to find s. So 1/2 times a plus b plus c. So a is 22 plus 40 plus 50. And I'm going to guess we're not doing that in our head. So 1/2 times 22 plus 40 plus 50 gives me 56. So S equals 56. So I'm going to use that for my area. So area is the square root of 56 times S, so 56 minus A is 22, and then 56 minus B, which is 40, and 56 minus C, which is 50. Okay, so I need S to plug in, and then the beauty of this problem is I can just type this right in my calculator, which I'm going to need to move out of the way here. So I'm going to go second square root. I'm going to type it in just like I have it. 56 parentheses 56 minus 22. Then 56 minus 40. Make sure you close, open and close all of your parentheses. And 56 minus 50. Close parentheses. Press enter. So A is 427.53. Okay, so that's how you find the area. We just got to use the formula. So again, just to recap, we use law of sines with angle, angle, side, angle, and law of cosines with side, angle, side, or side, side, side. So in example 1, we had angle, angle, side. I found C for you. I want you guys to find A, side A and angle A. And then example 2, I just started briefly using law of cosines because it was side, angle, side. And you're also going to finish. We need side A, angle C, and angle B. All right, come to class with those done. We'll take a second to talk about it. See you then.